This is Head Bustin' Boxing, and we are back in the house to talk about Dillian Whyte. And according to Eddie Hearn, he has several guys that he is thinking about putting Dillian Whyte in the ring with come this spring. One of them is Alexander Povetkin, and one of the other fighters is Andy Ruiz. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think that's quite intriguing. I wouldn't mind seeing Whyte versus Ruiz. I have no interest in him or Povetkin. I mean, I'll watch the fight, whatever, but I think him versus Andy Ruiz would be quite intriguing. Now, here's the problem with both fighters. Both of them have shown to have the propensity to have a lack of discipline when it comes to training and keeping their weight down. So the question is, if we were to get the fight, which man would come in shape? Or would either one of them come in shape? I think if everything's equal and both men do come in shape, I would have to favor Ruiz. Don't get me wrong. I think Dillian Whyte is a warrior. I'll give him his props. I think Dillian is a warrior, and I think Dillian is willing to get in the ring with pretty much anybody, except it seems like King Kong Ortiz for some reason. But Dillian is lacking in certain attributes when it comes to boxing. Dillian, now I will say this, I think he has an underrated jab. I'll give him that all day. I do think he has an underrated jab, but he lacks movement. He basically is just a come forward fighter. In fact, the person that Dillian probably got his name started against is probably the closest person to him, and that's Derek Chisora. I think Dillian might be a young Derek Chisora. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But Dillian doesn't bring a lot of attributes to the table. He does have some power, clearly. He can knock you out if you sit there in front of him long enough. He does have power. He lacks head movement. He doesn't have great footwork. But I will give him this, he does have heart. So this isn't a bash Dillian Whyte, video. But I don't think he could beat in shape Andy Ruiz, even if he does come in shape. I believe Andy, as his nickname goes, would destroy Dillian Whyte and possibly knock him out. I think the biggest difference between Andy Ruiz and Dillian Whyte would be the fact that Andy Ruiz is a very schooled boxer. He's very educated when it comes to boxing. It's just a matter of what Andy Ruiz you will get coming into the ring. A motivated, in shape Andy Ruiz who's focused and ready to handle business, or would you be getting Andy Ruiz who's eating himself to death? Now, when Andy Ruiz fought AJ for the first time, that was almost like the perfect storm for Andy Ruiz. And here's why I say that. Because when Andy Ruiz fought AJ, number one, I don't think AJ knew too much about Andy Ruiz. Or, okay, I'll put it like this. I think he knew about Andy Ruiz, but he looked at him as some fat dude who comes in out of shape, who I'll take advantage of and knock out. Basically a cherry pick. But here's the thing. Because Andy Ruiz took that fight on such short notice, Andy Ruiz really went from camp, fight, to right back in camp. Literally right back in camp. Days later. So it was no chance for Andy Ruiz to eat himself out of house and home and become a little fat boy. If you go back and watch the Joshua fight, especially comparing Andy Ruiz to the second Joshua fight, or even the Derevchenko fight, Ruiz was smaller. He was in much better shape than he was even for the Derevchenko fight, the fight that he had just came out of. So Ruiz had time to get in shape, and nothing but get in shape. It was no layoff. It was no spend time with the family, vacation, none of that. It was right back in the camp. So we got to see Andy Ruiz completely in shape. For Andy Ruiz, that is, anyway. So if Andy Ruiz come in shape against Dillian Whyte, I think he destroys. As a matter of fact, I'll make my prediction now. I'll say he'll knock him out in 8 or 9 rounds. I get Dillian Whyte, I'll say a good 7 to 8 rounds to endure the beating that he would take. But I do believe Ruiz would knock him out within 8 or 9 rounds. And to be honest with you, even Andy Ruiz out of shape, I still think would knock Dillian Whyte out, because Dillian Whyte will be there to be hit. Even if Andy Ruiz is out of shape, he won't have to worry about having to cut the ring off, because Dillian will come right at him. So that would be that. But we'll see if this goes down, if the fight will be made. And who knows, maybe I'll do a video about that, a film study. I haven't done one in a while, so that should be interesting. But that's pretty much all I got. This is Hair Bustin' Boxing's own Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know, would you like to see Dillian Whyte versus Andy Ruiz, and what would be your prediction? Mine would be an 8th, maybe 9th round knockout by Andy Ruiz. And that's pretty much all I got. This Hair Bustin' Boxing's own Fight Doctor. I am out.